Hey folks, Ivan here with a new mod. It's the Tool and Weapon Overhaul mod. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is one of my test worlds where I test various mods that may or may not work. It's just a blank slate for me. So we'll go into the furnace here, and the first thing you'll notice is there's a lot more crafting menus here. I left in some of the original items such as smelting iron ore into ingots. And what I did add in was this one, which is to smelt iron ore into metal parts, and it's 10, which it's basically the same as iron ingots. And then I also added in a melt parts, 10 parts into an ingot as well. Then we go forward. Here is now if you smelt any of these tools down, there is a diminishing return. This is done in metal parts because iron ingots equivalent to 10 metal parts, and it's easier to determine the diminishing return. Right now it's set to a loss of 4 metal parts per tool that is smelted down. With the exception of the broken sword, where I did that, I left that at 20, which originally it was 2 ingots that you would get back. I left it at 20. This one right here, this little bug here, this is not part of my mod. That is a broken definition within Keen's original SBC file, so I left that alone. Hopefully, I've submitted a report on it. Hopefully, it will be gone later on. Onto the tool heads here. So as you can see, now all of the tools require a molding of some sort, like an axe head, a hammer head, a pickaxe. Here's some metal spikes. This shows the full sword. But if you notice, the hilt is missing. In my case, what I did with that one, I'll show you in a minute. Actually, so, and then here's crossbow metal parts, which personally I like how that turned out. I thought it was going to look horrible, but through some nice photoshopping using the GIMP software, I was able to do that. Now you have to pour your own crossbow heads. This makes 10 for 10 metal parts. And that's that. Oh, that was the smelting. These are the actual pours. Sorry if that confused anybody. Alright, so it's very interesting how that section part, or this works. It's actually 2 pictures on top of each other. So there's the actual picture here, and then there's a secondary picture of a smelting bucket there. Alright, so let's go over to the smithy. And over at the smithy, you'll see that there are 2 different versions of the weapons. This is the repair, which I have to fix the names real quick. I'll do that later. But anyway, so now tools require a handle, and the handle is, real quick, that is made here, and it's just made from a round timber. And so most of these tools use round timbers, handles, except for the quiver, which uses the bolt heads and 5 sticks or 5 scrap branches, doesn't matter, and the mace, which uses a club as its base, and then uses the metal spikes. The sword uses the blade and then a rope to wrap around the handle. I was originally going to go with deer hide, but since people turn off deer, this seemed to be the easiest way to make sure that people could still use this weapon if need be. The crossbow uses a timber now as opposed to sticks, which, truth be told, when I looked at that originally, I thought, well, how in the world are you supposed to put sticks together to make that? That doesn't make any sense. The same with the handles. So that's why you shape them down into what they're supposed to be. It uses a rope. I played around with the idea of maybe creating a bowstring for it and that may come in the future. But for right now, it's just going to be a rope for simplicity's sake. And so now we go to the actual tool repairs here, and what you'll see is I've integrated my sharpening stone mod into this. And maybe you don't like this mod and you still like the idea of repairing your tools with a sharpening stone. You can totally download that separate from my file. It shouldn't break anything. And as you can see, there's a cost of the 2 metal parts. Basically, I'm pretending that those are wedges that you have to reseat your handle into. And it's pretty much the same, except for the hammer, which does not use the sharpening stone. It uses another tool handle. And so does the plow and the shovel. I did not touch these down here. The recipes are still the same, so this one still costs you an iron ingot for 5 rope eye plates. Still 1 for weight. Bracers still the same. If I do come back and touch these, I think I'll do that in a separate mod. But that's all I had for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.